to Elena-wil low impact full body workouts. On this channel you find different format workouts that will help you to tone up your muscles, improve your posture, gain overall strength, endurance, balance and flexibility. Check more classes on elenasbarre Patreon. Join us for my crazy piano practice on Sundays. We also talk about controversial topics that can trigger you. You participate in our conversations voluntarily at your own risk. Read the disclaimer in the description box. If you don't want to be mentally or physically challenged, I suggest that you skip this video. Thank you so much for your understanding. Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to elenasbarre low impact full body workouts. My name is Elena. I'm your fitness instructor. I'm today with Emma. Hi, Emma. Good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm really good. Thank you for having me.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you're here. We might have Sam on if he joins us. He just attended to the Rule Zero chat. I always feel so bad for missing that one because we have it at approximately the same time, or I prefer to sleep in on Saturday. Yeah, Sam, join us. The link is in the description box if you can. I'm in a streamable place. Okay, so you are actually participating in the Rule Zero?
Hey, Sam.
Okay, this is Sam, the one that we used to have here. Okay, well, that's good for you, I guess. Anyway, guys, you can join us today, especially if you are a woman and if you'd like to determine your objective sexual market value. The link is in the description box, okay? So just click on it and we will have you. Just one woman at a time, okay? Because we will ask you some questions and then we'll try to figure out. It's not going to be perfect because we are just two women here. I wish we had a few men joining us. But yeah, I did send the invitation to PK, and it looks like he's busy. So, hi Ashton, good to see you. Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm going to making bonbons. Will be late. Love and peace and have a great weekend. Well, you too. Take care. Okay, we love you here. Okay, who else is here? Accounting ship. Yeah. Have fun with the bonbons. Oh my god. Last weekend was tough. I made a lot of videos. It was basically like me with the camera nonstop, and I also was making the actual cookies. I was helping. I was trying to put some videos for you guys. I'm still in the process of making 2 videos. I took a small break yesterday because it was a crazy day for me. So I'll get back to the cookies. I have 2 recipes still to share with you. It's the peanut butter kiss cookies and the chocolate chip cookies. So watch out for those videos.
They all looked amazing.
They're really yummy. They're really good. Like chocolate chip cookies are my favorite. They are the best. They are like exchange currency. And this is what guys back in college when they were studying in school, this is what they did. My mother-in-law, she is a very well known in their family circles for her cookies. Yeah. She doesn't do a lot of cakes. She sometimes does an apple pie, which is also pretty good. But like her key is the cookies, you know? So yeah, I'm sharing her family recipes, guys, with you. Some of the videos are longer. I might actually trim them down eventually, but I wanted to record like the whole process for myself mostly, you know, so that I can go back and rewatch it and what we did. And yeah, I'll try to redo one of the videos eventually. It's 20 minutes long. I'll try to keep it within like 8 to 9 minutes maximum. Anyway, today I wanted to share with you. Okay, Ashton is back here. Good to see you. Today I wanted to share with you guys. I've been kind of binge watching the Psych Hacks YouTube channel. I don't know if you're familiar with this channel. It's by Dr. Orion Taraban. And he is sharing some facts, the psychological facts. He's obviously a psychology doctor. He has a degree in psychology. And he made very interesting 3 videos. I don't know when exactly, but Red Pill Thor, Happy Thor, sorry, not Red Pill Thor. Why do I call him I've been so in the red pill community. He recommended me to watch those videos, one of those videos. So I watched all three of them, and they were about how to get any man you want. What do you think about it?
If only it was that easy.
Yeah, right. I know how to get, but he was sharing. Oops, where is my phone? He was sharing the basics. He was sharing the basic ideas, and I think it's applicable to pretty much all men because men are in reality not that complicated. Women tend to complicate men just to excuse themselves, and keep doing the crazy things that they are doing. But in reality, men are not that complicated. Okay, so the main three things that he pointed out is to be useful. Be useful. If you are a useful woman to a man, you will be nearly too impossible to replace, right? Because not that many women are going to be useful, or they will want to be useful due to the feminist programming, right?
Yeah.
And then the second thing is very cool, actually. Be his personal slut. So he says the nastiest, sluttiest version of yourself sexually just for him, just for that man that you want, right? So if you want to secure a man and have a committed relationship, you need to be that just for him, not for everybody else that
No,
we
yeah.
see today, right? Women are like, okay, my guy doesn't get any sex, but this simp army, I will just expose myself so much that they will get to see everything. And men are also very visual, so you don't need to uncover a lot of body parts for them to kind of imagine how you look like under your clothes, So those girls in the mini shorts and mini crop tops, it's like they don't leave much room for imagination what's there.
You can show your body off without showing your body off.
Right. So let's read some comments here, guys. What do you think about it, Ashton? Sorry, accountingship. I'm confusing your names today. I'm still sleeping, guys. I've been so tired this past week, especially with the intensive classes I ran yesterday. So let's read the comment here by accountingship. Wow, the last time I saw a wolf that excited to see a ship, it didn't end well for the ship, but I know Ash won't hurt me. Okay, it's him about Ashton. Okay, let's read Ashton's comment here. I really enjoyed Rule Zero with Rollo and friends. Yeah, I always love it when Rollo can make it to Rule Zero, and he recently hasn't been there. I think he only. I might be mistaken because I wasn't checking on the Rule Zero recently, but I was watching it for the past few months and I haven't seen Rollo there, and it was kind of frustrating because I'm like, Rollo, you are like you need to be there. You need to be in the Rule Zero, because like Redfield, it's his project, right? So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to it, guys. The third point that he brought up to women's attention was unbreakable rule. And you can actually watch the three separate videos. I'm kind of summarizing them for you, but you can go ahead and watch. They're not even that long, okay? So, unbreakable rule is for those women who are like, look at me, I look good, I do everything for the man, I'm kind of useful, I do his taxes, I cook for him, I clean the house, but it still doesn't work. So okay, and then he dives in deeper. I was kind of trying to write the script, and I was thinking, like, what's the unbreakable rule? I forgot. Okay, hold on. One, to. I think that the unbreakable rule. Okay, let me just go through it. So a lot of women are breaking the unbreakable rule. How King Solomon was saying, he's one of the wisest men on the planet. He was saying that a wise woman builds a house with her hands.
Right.
Did you hear that? A
Yep.
wise woman builds a house with her hands, and she breaks her house with her mouth.
Yeah.
It's so true, right? So you cannot ever respect a man who you live with if you are constantly pointing out on his shortcomings. A lot of women are doing this, so they are breaking the unbreakable rule. They are criticizing a man. They are not grateful. They can't admit that they are mistaken, and he really pointed it out that a man loses all of the respect for a woman when she realizes that she messed up, and then she offers sex as a prize, or as an excuse to her poor behavior. In that case, men lose respect for a woman because she is offering sex when she messes up and she realizes it and she still wants this man or his resources, right?
Yeah.
But then she also punishes a man with sex, whenever he didn't do something that she wanted him to do right at that moment, at that time. So when a woman is being impatient, she can either take sex away from a man, or she can offer sex as a trading mechanism to, like, fulfill her bad behavior. So this is something that puts men off, and I mean, they would still probably take it, but good men, the men that you ladies actually want, they will figure it out. If you are not admitting your mistakes when you screw up, you just say, look, I'm sorry. So many women have problems saying this. They can't say that, look, I'm sorry, I screwed up. How can I fix it? But it's more like a male approach to the situation. And if women choose to do, blame the man for their own bad choices, whatever they do, whatever mess they create for themselves, they're like, it's your fault. I did it because you forced me to do it, or you encouraged kind of you by your ignorance or something. And then she does something silly, right? It's always the man's fault. Watch women how they behave. They never, almost never today especially, admit that they are wrong.
Yeah, hate their faults being pointed out, but no problem pointing the guys out.
Yeah. It's like it's always a man's fault. No matter what she does, no matter how much she screws up, she chooses a bad guy and then she wants to leave him. It's like, lady, you chose him first to begin with. It's not his fault for being a bad guy. You chose to spread your legs with the bad guy. What do you expect?
Well, because all women think that they can turn a bad guy into a good guy.
Oh, yeah. This is actually another. He's pointing out. I suggest that you go watch his videos, guys. I was trying to make a few notes for you here so that we could talk about it. But to get the full picture, go watch his videos. He's really good. And then. There was a case where he was contacted by one of his girlfriends, and I'm not even sure, or like ex-girlfriends. And then she was saying, this man is so evil, the one that she went on a date. He all of a sudden started screaming at her at the dinner table. without like any reason in your mind.
Yeah.
See, women don't see what leads to men being aggressive. All they see is how a man is screaming at them and how evil a man is for doing that. They
Yeah.
don't see the steps before that, and he actually is pointing it out. So this woman, she was complaining on her ex-boyfriend, whatever man she went on a date with, on St. Valentine's Day, I think. So
Right.
he was a reasonable man, and then he started screaming at her at the dinner table. And then she was like, "Oh, but he's so bad." And then she contacted Dr. Orion Taraban, and she asked him for his advice. And then he said, "Look, I can't believe that this man that you picked, he's a reasonable man, would start screaming at you without any reason." And then she's like, "How dare you take his side," and blah blah blah. She didn't even, she asked for his opinion, right? She asked for his advice, but she didn't even want to listen to the recommendation.
Sounds good, right, doesn't it?
Okay, so sheep here, they're really good at turning good guys into bad guys, though.
Facts.
Yeah, or they think that somehow they can change the guy. Okay, like they pick a bad guy. Okay, they pick like the bad boy, like the fuck boy, right? And they think that, they are, yeah, right, they're the exception from the rule, right? The rule is that this guy will fuck anything that moves. This is the rule. But here you have a woman who is delusional, right? She believes that she can change this guy, she can fix him, right? Or maybe a guy, okay, not a fuck boy, maybe a guy has some mental illness, let's say, maybe he's not like stable, he has some anger issues, or that he doesn't manage well, right? And a woman chooses this guy in hopes that she will fix him because he will be with the right woman. It's just crazy. Like female logic, the more I learn.
It's like when people cheat. They're always surprised when they get cheated on with that person. That's
Right.
that's how you got them. That's how you're going to lose them.
Makes sense.
That's slightly off a bit, but yeah.
To a rational woman, to a rational person, it makes sense. Okay, you chose the man who is a cheater.
Yeah.
What do you expect? Cheaters will cheat. You didn't choose the stable, how should I put it? The man that would be suitable for a long-term committed relationship. Because he's boring, right? You didn't choose the boring man. You wanted the excitement. You went for somebody who gives you tingles. Well, he gave you tingles, at least for the few times that he fucked you, but then he moved on because this is what he does. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, women are like crazy, like I'm a woman and I think that we are crazy.
I was just thinking the same. This is coming from two women, that women are crazy.
I know. It's like the logic behind like how women think, it makes no sense. Like seriously, I'm a woman and I'm rolling my eyes looking at other women doing this crazy stuff. It's like, girl, you do realize that you've created the problem for yourself. And then you are heroically solving this problem. Like she's complaining, she's here on the stream or elsewhere, on the internet, on TikTok, on Instagram, sharing her sad story to the world. Yeah. So women are very disrespectful towards men. They criticize men. They express contempt and expect a man to have patience. So he actually asked that girl, "Oh, so what happened?" And then that girl was saying some nasty things to a man. And this is why When we talk about the vulnerability, this is like women are so vulnerable and they are so innocent and blah blah blah. Like women create a lot of damage verbally. We verbally abuse men. Okay, when men they express aggression differently, yes, they tend to go physical, right? Because they have more muscles, they have more power, right? But women, on the other hand, they can create a lot of damage by nagging, bitching, moaning, complaining constantly. Like, okay, you suck here, but then you chose this guy to begin with. Deal with it. Ah, okay, let's look here. Sam is here, and then do it a little more once you are bored. Yeah, true. Hmm. You see, Ash, you are still young. You are in your 20s. Learn from this stupid women's mistakes and don't do it. Because it just, yeah, like, and then they end up being single usually because no man eventually of high value. We are talking about high value men because there is no point in talking about the low value men because women don't want the low value men, right? All women want the high value men, or at least there is a hope that they will get a high value man one day, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you want a high value man, you need to behave yourself. Yeah. And then Dr. Orion Taraban also points out that if you can do something disrespectful, you can do something respectful for a man. You know, so if you treat a man disrespectfully, it's a choice that you make, ladies. You choose to behave that way. Yeah.
Excuse me.
And then there are a lot of girls who are complaining about their exes, their prior relationships to the public and to other men. This is actually a red flag. It's not a good look for a woman, actually, because it speaks for her inability to choose the good men out there, also. Even to the white knight, okay? Let's say she's saying this sad story that happened to her, this situationship that she ended up with, to a white knight. He would say that, okay, but like you chose that man still, right? It's like I get it. So he will be next on the list that you could talk badly about in case he screws up. So he will be walking on the eggshells, trying to fulfill her every single whim. And eventually, the list will never end. It will just grow on her part, right? So for the guy to fulfill the list. And eventually, he will screw somewhere up. He will fail. And then she will bury him along with the other guys that she did on social media or elsewhere. So it's a very bad image. You just look very foolish. Don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. If something didn't turn out in that relationship, suck it up. Hashtag deal with it. Work on yourself. Realize what happened there, because a lot of times women are complaining and they are blaming men right away. They say that, oh, he did this nasty thing to me. He asked me to go to work, or he told me, you know, that I was misbehaving, and he's not supposed to do that. Therefore, I'm out of the relationship, and now I'm going to like figure out what happened. A lot of relationships fail because of you, not because of men. There are two people involved. Yes, I'm not saying that all men are angels out there. Yeah, maybe he did something nasty. Maybe he actually abused you, right? Or maybe, you know, something went wrong there on his side as well. But so many women are so eager to blame men right away without acknowledging their involvement in this.
Yeah.
You
No, you
know?
do have to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
We're not all saints.
And then the definition of respect, the male definition derives from the military, and this is also what Rollo Tomasi was talking about. There are two definitions of the word respect. There
Okay.
is the male definition, which is based on the merit, it's honor, it's duty, it's status, it's respect, right? And there is a female definition.
Right.
Well, because women believe that they just deserve respect, Emma. They are born, they are born with the privilege. They believe that everybody should give them this respect, regardless of what they do.
No, it has to be earned.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah. You can keep your man, another point that he makes. You can keep your man or you can disrespect. You can't often do both. I agree with him.
Yeah. Sorry, froggy throat.
Are you all right? Or are you getting
Yes, I'm
sick?
fine. No,
You're
I've got
fine.
water.
Okay. Something went into the wrong tube. Eliminate any form of disrespect from your communication. Yes, I agree. Especially if this is the man that you want to be with. And I feel really I don't know if sad is the right word here, but when women are breaking rules for the fuck boys, for the bad boys,
Yeah.
they will offer sex and even money, like whatever, like they'll do anything for this F boy, but they won't do anything for the good man. The man who can take them seriously, who is actually interested in a long-term relationship. It's a long-term liability for this man to take care of you. Like he has to pay your bills, he has to physically and mentally protect you. I'm not talking even about emotional support here. It's not his job. It's not his duty. If you want emotional support, go find yourself some girlfriends. This is what girlfriends are for. No, seriously.
Yeah.
This is what we are used to do in our society in the 1950s. You want to come back to the 1950s? They want to work on the visual. They want to present the image of the 1950s. This is why they pick the tretcon women out there who look cute, and who seem to do like these duties. And they might as well do this gender role duties, that she's cooking, cleaning the house and looking cute with the good hair and with the makeup on when her husband is back. But it's so superficial. They don't actually change the core. And this is where the media will want people to focus on, just the superficial stuff. You see, like if they fluff it up with the visual for people will not pay attention to what happens underneath, to what happens to the intersexual dynamics. To what happens to the relationship itself, because it's easier for women to buy into this idea of 1950s, okay, I will look cute, I will do this and that, but they will not want to work on their personality still. It will still be about how a man should fulfill his duties to make a woman happy. Yeah. What was I saying? I kind of all over the place. I forgot what I was, where I was before.
I was listening, but I can't remember. Sorry,
You
that's
can't remember.
that's
Yeah, you moved
me
on.
thing.
There
It
was
really is.
there was
I
a
am
point
listening to you.
I was saying, guys, I'm sorry. I'm kind of all over the board today. I'm tired, as I mentioned before. So let's read the comments here. You could try bringing that one back to the pet store and trading it in for a short head.
He was asking if I had a moose allergy.
If what? The elegy?
Go up in the messages.
Oh, okay. I'm missing something.
Oh, the big
moose elegies. Okay, okay.
actually been planted into the. Oh, you can't see it. The light is, but about there. That's where the moose.
I see.
It's back in
Okay,
its plant.
okay,
So yeah,
cool.
there's not just a random stick lying about my house now.
Okay, same road here. Let's look at this. I thought we said PG rated. You could try. Oh, okay, this is the one I read. Sorry.
Yeah, the whole conversation about mooses.
You guys, have you heard what I just said? Okay, I'm distracting people here. Yes, Sheep, you are. And I'm like, I'll be distracted by myself. I don't need help in there. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Yeah, it's good to hang out with you guys. Yeah, so uh, in my cyberpunk story, I have a sentence that said, a man is the one to provide to the woman and the children, money being a huge benefactor for marriage. That's true. That's true. And what a lot of women will want to do now, eventually, I think, like I don't know, we'll have to watch for it to be true. But my suspicion is that they're trying to revoke this 1950s kind of values. They will be talking about them as if it was such a great time, although women were women even back then. Men were men. The cheating was happening before also. Women, it's just female nature. Women didn't change much. Like, the fact that they changed their behavior, that's a separate thing, but as a core nature, women didn't change much. What changed was the society. Society allows women to get away with the bad behavior today. This is why we are where we are right now, where women can mess up. They are not held accountable by the society. Men are not allowed to hold women accountable, because the moment they do, oh, you are misogynist.
Yeah, that's right there.
I take half of what you own and you will never see your children. The moment a man starts to step in and actually say, look, sweetie, you're just like crazy. You can't do that. So for a high value man, as I mentioned in my shorter video, it was a 4-minute video of summary of kind of this long format video. It's dangerous for a high value man to engage, even he can fuck a feminist, right? He can have the craziest, the best maybe sex out of her because she's fun, right? But he's not going to commit to her because he has his life mission to fulfill. And this is why other men respect him. This is why this woman respects him. This is why she wants to be with him, because he has a bigger mission than a woman. The Sims are pedestalizing a woman. They're like, oh, my queen, ooh, let me kiss the floor that you're walking on. And let me pick up the peanuts out of your poo to see where this poo came from. You read the book by R.P. Soar, A Dominant Masculine Presence. So, yes, the men who are pedestalizing women, they are creating as much damage as the feminist women out there, because they are feeding into the delusion for these women. My computer is about to die. Guys, I don't know what's going on today. My goodness. Let me find the cable here. I thought it was connected. What happened to my cables? Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm really sorry. Okay. Poor Elena. Oh, somebody. The nonsense coming out of my brain is hard to follow. That's okay, Ship. Your nonsense is not the worst out there. I've seen worse. Oh, okay. I found the cable. I think here you go. So I'm going to plug myself in so that the battery is fine. I like it how it gives you a warning. It tells you that your computer is about to die. You're like, what? Where are my cables? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So women create mess for themselves and then they heroically deal with it. And then they are blaming the men. And what all men do is they try to fix the problem, right?
Yeah.
And they don't even want men to fix the problem. They want men to commiserate with them and like, oh, let me bring you to my own misery, here. And that's just like crying, like, I want you to listen to me. I want you to be my emotional tampon. I'm like, ladies, you want an emotional tampon? Go get yourself a puppy or a cat or maybe a pillow. Go cry into the pillow. Man is not there to provide emotional support for you. And then you are whining, you're saying that he's not masculine enough. Well, because in the end, all women want is a masculine man who doesn't have time. He shouldn't have time for hearing your moaning and whining and bitching. It's not his job. No. His job is to provide financial security for you. His job is to take care of you physically and maybe also direct you, like so that you don't create complete mess for yourself and for the other family members.
Yeah.
You agree, right? His job is not to listen to you cry. This is what social media is for. Like, okay, we can look at it like, okay, women don't get this emotional support from a man, so she goes out and she starts whining and complaining on social media. It could be a replacement for true girlfriends, actually, because even though feminism says that, sisterhood to girls, I mean, where are these sisters? I don't see them. I don't have many, I don't have a lot of female friends.
I belong to a book group, and I think we're about 15 strong at the moment, and it's all women. And yeah, it's the first time in my life that I've had a group of female friends.
Like, are they good women?
Yes, they are good women.
Oh, okay, good.
One of those that I'll out with tonight, actually.
You don't actually see the healthy women giving a good advice to other women. It's mostly like, even if you see these parties, and I used to watch people like, I'm guilty of that. Like we used to go out more. With the COVID, we are kind of we became hermits. We just stayed home, but we used to go out more. And I used to watch people, like really observe them. And then I would see a company of older women in their 40s. They would sit there. They would order a lot of wine, like a lot of drinks, like just alcohol. They would eat. They would just throw stuff at men, and criticize men. Like, I would put my ears to listen to the conversations sometimes. It's not like I'm spying on them, but in a way, I'm just trying to understand what's going on there, right? And they would talk about their relationship. They would be single women, like in their 40s. And they would criticize like one man, and they would go to another man, and like, you're just nuts, you're just so crazy. And then the advice that they would give to each other, like, yeah, girl, you do you are so good, and he doesn't even deserve you, and stuff like that. Yeah. It's like crazy fulfills more crazy, and then leads to some bad life choices, bad decision making.
Yeah.
Because these women are not your friends. They can't tell you, look, lady, you fucked up. How are you going to fix it? This is what grandmothers were for before. But now if you look at the generation of grandmothers, they're like, oh, I've been married 5 times. And my 5th husband would better comply with all of my rules. Like, What can these grandmothers teach? I'm not saying that all grandmothers are like that. I've just seen like a lot of them, also on social media.
Yeah.
There are some grandmothers who are still dating. They are on the market.
That gives me some hope. Not that I'm a grandmother, but I'm not even a mother. But yeah.
Well, you get my point. There was one granny. She was in her 70s or 75. I put her on social media on my stories. I used to do that. I stopped doing it because it takes a lot of time to debunk this bullshit, guys. And like people report you basically. Okay, like I'll keep my stuff elsewhere. But she was in her 75 years old, and she married herself.
Oh no.
She became the man that she wanted to marry.
What happens if you actually meet someone though? Do you have to divorce yourself?
You're right. I don't know. Maybe nobody can match. Yeah, those older ladies. Yeah, I know, Sam, right? And look what they teach younger women. Older ladies create as much damage for younger women because they don't know any better. They are convinced that they are doing the right thing out there. Like, and younger women, the smarter ones, they're like, this doesn't seem to work for me. Let me find maybe, follow somebody who actually knows how to be in a relationship versus just how to be a whore out there. Older women today teach other younger women how to be a whore.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see Ashton here. I'm so glad that we have one younger girl here who is not totally messed up yet. Okay, I have more male friends than women friends.
I was always like that with more guy friends.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I grew up with boys, so I was always, I know boys better than I do girls as friends.
Yeah, at least you and Emma are my great female friends. Oh, thank you, Ashton. Yeah, I'm usually okay. I wouldn't keep like super close friends because I watched a lot of Russian movies where I saw that best friends would stop being friends just to get the guy, because the competition is very high among Russian women.
Okay.
Right, there are way more women before this special operation. Women outnumbered men by 10%. Now we've killed so many men that it's going to be even worse. So no girlfriends in Russia. They can't be. They will always be competing for the limited number of men that are left there. And out of those men that are limited there, the high value men are even less. And since all women want those like 1% of men, it's going to be tough for Russian women.
Wow.
So eventually, when all of this whole thing breaks apart and whatever happens there, we will see Russian women will start going online. There are a lot of them now. They realize that, I should probably find myself some fat American or maybe a European. Now the borders are closed, but like whoever they can find just to get out of that mess. Same for Ukrainians. Ukrainians might have it easier. Because politics. Tufagan. Okay, who's Tufagan? Am I Tufagan? Okay, I only have 2 men in my life. Are just amazing in different ways. I'm like a chameleon. And they are the only men I've been attracted to outside. Celeb crushes of older men. I get it why you like older men, Ash. Because women always by nature want a stronger, a wiser, more intelligent man. Whether they can live with this man or not, that's a separate question. But by nature, we want that man. We want that man to be better than us in a way, right? That we can rely on, who can take care of us. Um, but what I see happens a lot, especially with younger women. They kind of become the alpha widows by those men, especially if they dated those men for some time, and even if they had like a one night stand, they would immediately assume that, oh, just because he slept with me, he paid attention to me, now he's mine. Now I own him. And this is a wrong assumption. So yeah, instead of like choosing somebody within their age range, or it's like not super crazy gap. I know that like for love it doesn't really matter, and for attraction women can be attracted to very old men, whether it's a true attraction or they are faking it just to get his resources, that's a separate question. Maybe they're gold diggers, right? But the age difference, it used to be strictly preserved in the prior years, right? Rather than now we see like a 20-year-old girl hanging out with a 50-year-old dude, and by society it's kind of okay, right? Because she and she might be even attracted to him, but here a man has to turn his brain on and think like she's a young hot woman out there. He gets what he wants from her, which is sex, right? But she gets his resources, looks like a fair trade, but at the same time, as he ages, he might lose his attractiveness, even if he looks okay now at 50, like eventually at 60, 70. Okay, for long-term relationship, would this woman work for him? Because she might be attractive, right? And she might realize at some point when she will want to re-enter the market to find a younger dude for herself that she could maybe have children with, that would be healthier or something, maybe she would have a new relationship. How serious is she taking this relationship with this older man? This would be like my question, because the bigger the age gap, actually, the worse it can turn out for both people. And this is something that people don't really want to talk about it. They're like, oh, but it doesn't matter the age. No, the age actually matters, because you have different interests to your age groups based on your generation that you are in.
Maturity as well.
I've seen a girl, she was from Russia, in Germany. When I was studying German, there was that time period in my life. Yes, and she was married to an older German dude. She was in her 23rd year, maybe, and he was 45.
Right.
So what she did is she popped up a baby with him, for him. And then, because, well, I was single at that point, right? And we, with the girls and other guys, we went to hang out in the bar, and then we went to the nightclub to party, right? Because it was Halloween, I think. So we dressed up in the costumes, and she left her child with this man, and we were talking to her, and I was saying, okay, like you are a young girl, and how old is your husband? And she was saying, oh, he's 45, he always wanted kids, but I feel like I haven't fulfilled my dreams yet. And I'm like, okay, this marriage is not going to last very long, because she's still young, she wants to fuck, she wants to have fun. So she went with us, and I was not engaged at that point. I didn't even date anybody, and she was just hanging out with the younger people in comparison to her husband. We were approximately all the same age with her, but her husband was out of her age bracket. And yeah, he brought her into Germany from provincial town somewhere in Russia. And yeah, she popped up a kiddo. He's taking care of her because this is what he wanted, right? He got a kiddo. But now she will likely cheat on him also, you know? And then
Oh,
he
so you
will
don't know how
be...
long their marriage lasts?
I don't like, like I usually don't stay in touch with women unless like there is some coherent interest together, that we can do a project together, or like, no, I don't know how long she lasted with this man, but my guess was that the way, and I was watching her behavior, she was very promiscuous, let's say, like the way she dressed up, and it was just lots of red flags, and this is why I'm not a fan of seeing women falling for older men, and especially when those men now they are kind of like spinning plates. Also, they are on the game, they want to have fun with these girls. That's fine, but then it's not really good for a woman because she's kind of wasting her youth and time on this man instead of settling down. But she doesn't see it that way, and you see the society, it doesn't see it that it's a bad thing for a woman, because she will be a waste after she's done with this relationship.
Yeah.
Or maybe she will swap these kinds of guys, because by the age of 50 they are already established men. They have their preferences, they know what they want, right? At least like they should know. The high value men, they know they know what they want, right? And they go for it. And they have self-confidence, they have value, right? They have the resources. And yeah, women can really screw their lives just by trying to be engaged with these men, especially if they are engaging with married men who are already taken. And pre-selection is like, it's actually quite nasty, like if you look at it. Okay, why is a lot of cheating happening? Like, let's look at Russia, okay, because I was grown there. I'll tell you how it is, and I've seen a lot of Russian movies that are depicting exactly the same concept.
Okay.
Right? So the girlfriends see that a girl gets this high value man, one of them, and then she becomes friends with the woman so that she can get close to her man.
Right. Yeah.
And this is actually a common tactic. This is why I will not allow close girlfriends. We can talk, we can have common projects together, but I have healthy boundaries with the women. I try to. I mean, as much as I love you ladies, it's like, I'm sorry, right? And like my marriage, my relationship with my husband is more important than any of you out there. I'll give you some advice, like you can pick in my brain, right? I'll share some knowledge and wisdom with you, but I'm not going to share my husband with you. Sorry. So they get close to this girl, and then because Russia is a communist sort of country, right? The community and women are like, oh yes, like let's hang out and blah, blah, blah. And then we see this girlfriend cheating on this woman's husband, with this woman's husband or boyfriend. And then this woman realizes it, and she's like, mad and pissed at both of them, But oftentimes, if their girlfriend is sneaky enough, a woman will not even realize, like she will not even suspect this girl in doing that thing to her, if she's not paying attention, she's probably not going to notice it. So this is what women do. And then this is pre-selection for you, because this woman has selected well. She selected a good man who is taking care of you in the long run, and other women see him as, oh, he could be mine, right? I could have him because another girl has already done all the work for her. You know, she pre-selected this guy. She chose this guy. She chose the good man for herself. You know, and this is another confusion that feminists have. They are confusing the good man. They immediately associate good with safe and nice.
Not necessarily.
Exactly. Yeah, you should really check our conversations about religion, where we are talking about the Bible with Glenn Lawrence. These are long conversations, and in fact, we are actually having one tomorrow. We might record it, we might not. We will see. It's been a while since we've talked to him, so yeah, and he's been going through some stuff recently, yeah, check them out. And he was saying that God is good. So a man is supposed to be good, but he's not safe.
Right.
You know, so if there is something wrong there, a man should be a man. You know, he should be capable of protecting. He should be aggressive, let's say. You know, and this is something that women today, especially in the DSM-5, you can check toxic masculinity. They say, oh, if a man is aggressive, it's toxic. No. Do you want a man to sit and ignore and behave in a humanistic way when there is a bad dude attacking you? But he's not toxic then. He's nice and safe.
If it's him just losing his shit and then starting to be aggressive, then yeah, that
well,
is.
yeah. Look,
it depends the context.
It depends, right? But you can't take part of the masculinity from men and say that, oh, this part of masculinity is good, but this part of masculinity is bad. It's like taking a female hypogamous nature and saying that, oh, just because you are hypogamous, you are bad. You see, like, just because you are monkey branching and just because you're doing the female shit, you are bad. It works like both ways, ladies, and this is it's frustrating to see what they are doing to men today, in particular, because we are lacking masculine men. Our society is lacking strong, rational, masculine men out there with a dominant masculine presence. And then what women are saying is that, no, if a man behaves in a mean way, he's toxic. If he tells her the things that she doesn't want to hear, but she needs to hear, it's toxic. If he gives her any guidance, any direction, if he even expresses his thoughts that don't resonate with her beliefs, and her beliefs are that she's perfect, she can do no wrong, she's the one who knows everything and he doesn't know anything, and yet somehow she's with this man, it's like, oh. So in your mind, if he takes charge and leadership, it's toxic. And yet we see some feminists say that, oh, but I want him to take leadership. But in order for him to take leadership, you need to give up your control. There is no way around it. You can't have your control and him taking leadership too. Well, I mean, you can, but they are not going to match. It's like batteries, like negative, positive, like they
repel each other. Yeah.
Yeah. They won't connect. You will go your ways. And this is what we see is happening right now. We see feminist women, they're like, I choose to be proud. And pride was another concept that Orion Taraban was describing that you are looking for a serious relationship, pride gets in the way with women because they can't apologize, because they can't admit that they are wrong, because they can't even let go of their control and power, because they're too proud, you know. Feminism taught them it's okay to be this control freak. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go in a minute.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, guys. I'm pretty much done here. Things. Yeah. So to sum it up, the things that you ladies could do is be useful to a man, as we've determined, right? Provide usefulness to him, to help him reach his life mission, to help him reach his goals. Then be the personal slot for him, right? Just for him, so he knows, especially if he's a good man, if you know that he's a good catch, and if you know that other women will pick him up if you don't stay with him and do what he wants you to do. And then this unbreakable rule where you can destroy everything you build with your mouth. Watch your mouth, ladies.
Yeah.
It can create a lot of damage for you. So that's it, guys, for today. Okay, very interesting conversation, and I suggest that you go watch his videos.
Sheep, it's my fault. I'm going to a concert, so I'm off out.
Oh, no, he's still a diet sheep. You are a high value sheep.
For once in my life, I've actually got a life.
I know. Well, I have to go too. I'll let you go. Yeah, we will do it next week too. We will talk about something else. Maybe I'll find a few other interesting videos that we can get into. And yeah, guys, join us. It's a lot of fun. And I wish we had more women joining us. And we might actually start doing this call-in session for women when they would call in, and we would tell them what's their objective value.
That would be awesome, actually.
That would be so much fun. I'm excited to this, you know, but we would only take like one woman at a time because like too many women, I don't want to deal with them, you know. So we will ask the series of questions to these women to help you guys figure out if they are good or not. And these are the questions that you actually should be thinking about, okay? We will ask them from the female perspective. But Sam, if you'd like to join us for this one, we would love to have you.
Yeah,
okay?
It'd be lovely to see you.
Yeah. So yeah, send me a text on the phone, you know, like if you'd like to show up for the next one, and we'll see. I'll make an announcement. I'll make a short about it to get more women, and hopefully we'll get some women if they're not too scared to show up. Who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Emma. Thank you, Accounting Sheep. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Ashton, for joining us today. And yeah, let me take us out. We'll see you soon. Like, share, and subscribe, please. And leave your comments on the live stream, please. It helps a lot with the engagement, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.